Hey guys, we're here at another Devil May Cry 5 achievement guide for you. We're going for Battle of the Ages achievement, which is clear missions 19 and 20 without using any continues. So I recommend doing this right off the bat on human difficulty. So you're just going to go with these two boss fights without basically dying. So they're pretty easy boss fights on human. There isn't going to be really too much to worry about as long as you have some decent health upgrades, and if you do take some damage, it's not going to be a whole lot. So if by Virgil's Dante, you're really going to have to wait till him to actually swing at you like that. I recommend using the sword, Rebellion, one of the swords he's got there, using the forward Y ability to charge at him. There are other few abilities you can charge at him too, but I'd recommend using the sword. It's the easiest and the quickest way to get to him, I'd recommend. Or if you want, you could use the trickster, one like I'm doing now, dash around and dash to him as well as that, like that. But I have to use the sword to actually be able to get that strike in on him at the same time as well. You don't gotta get really fans of them. If you try to do anything too crazy and knock him away from you, you won't get the maximum damage on him. So to make it quicker, I'd recommend just sitting there and do the basic spamming of Y just so you can get the most hits on him. So once you get him halfway down, you'll transform and other things will happen. But other than that, there isn't too much to worry about. If he does get those around him, just shoot him off him. It's like an extra little shield. If you do get near him, it'll damage you, but not really that big of a deal. Just go ahead and just shoot them until they're gone. Just keep waiting for him to do some kind of attack where you know he's gonna stand there for a moment. Anytime he's doing that, he'll just keep doing it for a little bit and then do that attack, and just keep rinsing and repeating it until you get him halfway. At the same time, while doing all this, you'll be getting your DT gauge filled up. I recommend holding the RB button so that way you can actually, LB button, LB button to actually get your Devil Sim trigger gauge up. So that way when you get that filled up all the way and you get them down to less than half, you can actually finish them off very quickly. So with that being said, once he's transformed, just wait for him to attack 3 times instead of just 1 now. You'll be able to get a couple hits on him, but that's about as good as you're going to get at this part here. Unless you want to really wait for him to be back to normal form. I just kind of get impatient and try to attack him a few times here just to get him weaker. So he does some pretty crazy bit of flurry moves here. He's pretty much at this point untouchable. You have to wait until he does like 3 drops or 2 drops and then some other attack, basically. You can damage him when he's flying like that. If you want to use like a charge shot and hit him once with it, and if you want, you could go ahead and won't do too much damage, but basically he's gonna fly at you and you're just gonna double jump over him, which I'd recommend you have double jump at this point, so that way you can evade that a lot easier. And when you have those swords around you like that, basically you're waiting till they to go out and they're going to come in. So once they make a move to come in at you, you're going to want to jump over them. So same as before, you're just going to want to wait till he attacks. Obviously you can't attack him when you do that stuff, so just wait a little bit. You eventually start following the same patterns. So make sure that when he does this big aura shield, you're going to want to back out of that. It's going to do some damage to you for sure. He is vulnerable for a little bit after that. I just didn't get in there fast enough. So he does do that. Make sure you get in there and tag him a couple more times to get him down a little quicker. For this, like I said before, is wait till it actually goes out and a little bit in and jump. I think rolling works too. I think I just rolled by accident. So once you get him less than halfway, I recommend probably just a little bit more than that. Just go ham on them with Devil Sim trigger. Just spam the Y button on them. You don't need to do anything too crazy. Just keep spamming Y and you'll be able to take him down, no problem at all. Even if he transforms, don't worry about it. Just keep going down on him and he'll eventually just end up dying right here. And that should do it for the Dante fight. Like I said, I would have waited until I got him a little bit lower, but I got a little bit itchy with it and a little bit, trigger happy. And as you see in the ending screen there, it should say no continues, so you know for sure you got it right there. So you're basically going to follow the same pattern as Nero. Wait for your attacks, and then go to town on them. Same thing as before. Wouldn't recommend doing too many crazy moves on them. Just continue to spin the Y button, that way you can actually get them down. So every time you do that jump attack and slams on the ground, that's your golden opportunity right there to get him down pretty quickly. And go ahead and press RT. Once you get him down, stun a little bit, you do that to him, and it'll take a good chunk of his life. So if you do it to him like 3 times, he's basically done. So whenever you get him stunned, make sure you spam RT. You might be able to do it to him right there. I've never tried before he was actually stunned. You might be able to get him right there. Just don't forget to press up to activate his Devil Bringer to do some extra damage on him as well. But make sure every time he is stunned that you definitely use that RT, because it'll take a lot of life away from him. That's really it, guys. There isn't too much more to add to that. Once you beat him, you will get your achievement at the end. After all the credits and missions are going to pop up like normal, you should see basically another no continue sign right there. You'll see for a brief second at your ranking. So if you get it right there, both levels, you get your achievement. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll have more Devil May Cry 5 guides for you soon. Make sure to stay tuned for that, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.